Video presents our cybersecurity report on the Aminia Management incident, focusing on ransomware threat, security frameworks, and Aminia's overall security posture. The Aminia incident occurred during a period of rapid ransomware expansion in Malaysia, where attacks surged by over 300% since 2021. These attacks increasingly use multi-stage techniques such as initial access, lateral movement, data theft, encryption, and extortion. These trends align with the ITU X.800 security principles and NIST IR 8374, which highlight that weak monitoring, identity controls, backups, and vendor governance increase ransomware exposure. The Aminia breach follows these patterns closely. The purpose of this report is to analyze the R00TK1T attack on Aminia, identify key security weaknesses, and relate our findings to NIST and X.800. We assess vulnerabilities in externally hosted systems, vendor management, privilege controls, and monitoring. Aminia is an ICT and telecommunications provider offering network integration and externally hosted services. The breach affected vendor-managed platforms but did not compromise customer data. This highlights the security risk of third-party systems. Globally, ransomware continues to rise, especially in manufacturing, healthcare, and energy. In Malaysia, groups such as R00TK1T and Daijin target digital infrastructure using phishing, public exploitation, stolen credentials, and multi-stage extortion. Ransomware has evolved from simple encryption to multi-layer extortion. Malaysia's NC4 issues advisories after R00TK1T attacks against IPS, web servers, and ICT vendors, including Aminia. Common techniques include spear phishing, exploiting public-facing applications, brute force attempts, and data exfiltration, aligned with MITRE attack techniques such as T1566, T1190, and T1110. Ransomware causes operational downtime, financial losses, and reputational damage. Even without leaked data, Aminia faced reputational impact due to public reporting of the incident. Our analysis applies to the ITU X.800 security services and the NIST cyber security framework, providing a layered approach to evaluating Aminia's security posture. X.800 covers authentication, access control, confidentiality, integrity, non-repudiation, and availability. These services counter credential misuse, lateral movement, and data theft. Key ransomware techniques. The NIST CSF includes identify, protect data, respond, and recover, helping organizations classify risk, secure systems, detect threats, and restore operations. Together, X.800 and NIST give Aminia defense in-depth structure. We assessed Aminia's current controls, security gaps, and risk level using port scanning results, vendor architecture, and alignment with NIST and X.800. Aminia benefits from cloud firewall filtering, segregation between routers and external servers, basic authentication, transparent communication, and the absence of data loss. Cloud providers also add protections like DDoS filtering. Key gaps remain, including weak patching, limited vendor governance, inadequate privilege controls, insufficient monitoring, weak backup, and a lack of zero-trust approach. Aminia's overall risk is medium to high, although the attack did not cause encryption. Supply chain exposure and weak monitoring place the company at continued risk from groups like R00TK1T. Aminia should urgently patch vulnerable systems, restrict unnecessary ports, enforce multi-factor authentication, and create encrypted offline backups. Enabling centralized logging and SIEM monitoring is essential for detecting threats quickly. Staff training should focus on identifying phishing, safe password practices, and proper data handling. Technical teams need rapid upskilling in system hardening and monitoring to strengthen operational readiness. Aminia's incident response should follow NIST guidelines, prepare rules, detect anomalies through logs, isolate affected systems, remove malicious components, restore using verified backups, and document lessons learned. A zero-trust model should be adopted with least privilege access, strong authentication, encryption, and secure logging. Security must also be built into development through a secure SDLC. Aminia should invest in MFA, PAM, and identity governance alongside EDR and XDR for early threat detection. Data must be protected through encryption, hashing, and strong key management. Cybersecurity governance must be strengthened with clearer rules, stricter vendor oversight, MFA-based access policies, centralized monitoring, and a formalized incident response plan. Continuous awareness training is necessary to build a secure culture. In conclusion, the Aminia incident shows that ransomware risk extends beyond data encryption. Weak vendor controls and monitoring can expose organizations even without data loss. Strengthening frameworks, supply chain, and security detection capabilities is essential for long-term resilience.